about to dive into the second half, and I think that really this is going to be a bit of a moral booster. Typically, what we see is this is usually a pretty T-sided map. That's usually the trend, and I'd say that if we're going to see gBots win this, they're actually going to have to take control of this game, and we're talking about from the very pistol, since the pistol round begins, from the beginning of the pistol round rather, they're going to have to actually win this without any real blunders. We're talking about zero trouble whatsoever. And on top of that, they're going to have to take the second and third round that come after that subsequently. But that is a big if, considering this is more or less a T-sided map. And it looks like this time around we're going to be seeing gBots taking a kit, a frag, and a decoy, as opposed to just a full-out armor buy from their team. I do believe in the first pistol round it was actually both sides doing full armor buys. Oh man. Like, Rubino's just playing for that headshot. He doesn't realize that there's actually a jump upwards at that particular moment. But the entry looks like it's going to be made for A, not necessarily main, but Rubino is basically, his function at that point is to bring attention to bomb site B, and he's done that much successfully so far. Mixwell, slight overextension, does take one to the face, and he's going to have to just back on out of there. However, Lowell opening, like I told you guys, this is a player to watch out for. He manages to take one head off of Team Dignitas, and that might make them rethink the move towards bomb site A. Mixwell, pretty lit there, is going to fall back to a secondary or tertiary defensive position towards the bomb site, and that's entry flash, not looking too terribly hot. MSL kind of feigning an entry to bomb site B, while the real fight is at bomb site A. Lowell looking for a second head to connect that USP with, and now it looks like he's getting pounced on completely. He could get flanked. His attacker could get flanked if he's not careful, and that's Config, who's taken down. Oh, actually, jeez Louise. Okay, well, ignore what I got to say. Carry just opened this up with a double kill to seal things out for the round, and gBots once again taking the pistol round, if I'm looking at this correctly. Yeah, so pistol rounds can be very critical. The reason why is because they typically lead to the round and the round afterwards victory for the team that wins it, although it's not always 100% solid guaranteed all the way across the board. gBots could be able to do it, and Team Dignitas, they're gonna YOLO swag with all the Tech 9s and armor that they can get. They're hands-on. You do see shots being fired. Mixwell knows what's coming at him. He's gonna get one frag first time being, while he immediately backpedals and tossing a fragmentation grenade. That's gonna slow the push here coming from Dignitas, and Kenarito is looking like he might be playing for mid just a little bit here, but it's gonna be Lowell again. Getting another frag. He's just kind of crazy on that FAMAS right now. Kirby looking for that position to play off of, really. Whatever head may fall into his crosshairs, he's going to try and shoot for it. And Rubino at this present moment is looking like he's going to try and spearhead something at B. It would be potentially the last place that's expected to be entered by gBots at this moment, but Kyrie, he's just jumping around statue trying to get some kind of a read onto enemy position, and there it is, finally announced. I think that was one bullet to the head from a P250, and then one to his body from a deagle. And now, you know, 1 for 5 is really not too terribly bad for gBots. They're gonna have a massive bank builder here. I did notice that this team was very active throughout 2015. They had quite some success in late 2015. If I'm not mistaken, we also see Lowell acting as a sub for other teams like Existence or Penta Esports I've seen before, most recently. But I have no clue why we're picking up on this echo from the crowd and the casters. Maybe it's the guys on the ground who are trying to pick up on the, or rather increase the volume of the in-game sound. Lowell, perfect timing on that anti-entry frag, gets over 100 damage easily on this target. Now he's going to be getting one finished off with the M4. Carry, just like this was a huge light show in a box, and Lowell did not survive that, but score is now 9-9 in favor of gBots. Or in favor of. What am I talking about? And like at this point, yeah, it's basically economically in favor of gBots. Look at the money to the right. The only complaint I have is, what if they lose this round? And this could be one of those rounds where they do lose because of the bye that we have coming from Team Dignitas. Mixwell trying to duel versus... Ouch, that was an overextension. KRB is going to get that, and it looks like this might have been the huge swing that Team Dignitas was looking for. We might be seeing someone try to scrap that AWP and get away. I think that's Carey who picked it up, and... Yeah, no, I'm sorry, Kenarito who picked it up, and now he's falling back. He's looking for something at mid, and he says, okay, I got the AWP, let's get out of here. MSL now making a stiff push through mid along with his teammates. They're going to be coming out the corner of A. Let's just say it that way. Let's just say it that way because I don't know that position, how you would actually call it. But config looks like he might be greeted by Loel's Famas. I feel like in some ways it was a slight mistake not to buy M4s this round, but maybe Loel simply could not afford it. There it is, the entry, blind fire, and oh my god, another one. We see Loel get a double kill out of this, and he just falls back immediately. It's all on now Canarito as he tries to hold the entry into bomb site. He's gonna get one, but MSL gets the refrag. MSL knows that someone's coming at him from balcony. You can just hear the footsteps. Blind fire, and that's a mag 7 he will be greeted by. The bomb plant has to go down at bomb site A. 20 seconds remain, and that's it. It's going through. Frag tossed onto bomb site A, and this is the retake. It's the call of the retake now. This has to be made by gBots. 2 versus 2. Awkward position, but Kyrie does win the duel versus MSL. It's now on Rubino to stop Kyrie from winning this. He's trying to wall this. Oh, Kyrie, he's just going crazy right now is what he's doing. Going ham. He does win the USP battle, and now does he have a kit? Well, the casters we can hear in the clean feed do say that he has it. Very clutch. It was a very uncomfortable position to be in. He was actually blind firing through that wooden wall with a pistol. But there it is. Loel getting the double kill. Then Kyrie, I mean, before he went down, he actually took one, I think 2 targets down. If not, that was definitely Canarito who would manage to do it. On the whole, not too terribly bad at all. And Rubino in this, you know, you could see he was pre-firing with USB into that location, just didn't pan out. So KRB now looks like he's going to be leading the charge of this one. Another, I think that's a haphazard rush coming out here, but they do have another full buy round. This one with a lot less in the way of utility, but thus far the exchanges have not been great. Tossing a frag, and that's going to be round over. Kyrie just gets it off of one fragmentation grenade tossed in there. gBots, like, you know, to be straight with you guys, they were not the favorite team coming into this, but it looks like they might be making a name for themselves here as they go 2 points above that of Team Dignitas. Like, you can see they don't have uniforms. They don't have jerseys on stage, and it looks like they might have just caught some sponsors' attentions at this tournament. So now Team TA, or rather Torpy TA is waiting for not so hot re-entry coming in from drop. He might be able to pick up quite a few frags from this. We're talking about now quasi buy from Team Dignitas, and that's him opening up a little bit early. He does get one first time, but he's not able to get a second. It's now on to Loel. Since he's in the secondary position, the entry has been made, and it's all in config now. Who would have known? I mean, gBots right now at 12 points, but at the same time, we do have a rebuy round coming in from Dignitas. They're just feeling a little bit of stress at this. You can see it right at that table, but who knows? I mean, like, come on, it can't just be a best of one, can it be? Could it be? Nah. I mean, there's no way that many teams flew to this location just to play in a best of one. I mean, save that for the online tournaments, right? Save that for the online cups that are qualifiers, maybe. But on the whole, really, it's a painful situation to look at for our players. There we go. That's one. Carry getting the opening frag, although he's about to get pounced on from many different directions all at the same time. Oh, he can hear the bullets whizzing right by him. That is going to be Carey making a very ballsy entry, and he gets a double kill for it. Straight through the smoke, and now this looks like a plantable, winnable round for Dignitas. 1 versus 3. Mixed well. There it is. See, they kind of just pulled themselves together. They composed themselves, and now there it is, the knuckle butts between these last two guys at the end. I do want to say that guy way on the right does look a little bit like a guy named Bling. He was a professional StarCraft 2 player from the UK who joined the team, I think, back in 2010, 2011, 2012. Just a little FYI. Gary, Canarito, blind firing through that wall. gBot's there on a buy right now, but as you can see, it's not that fantastic. They've had to cut some corners here and there. We're talking about one FAMAS, 3 M4s, and a Mag 7. There's no AWP on this team. So, I'm feeling like maybe Canarito's position has kind of been caught onto already. Just based on the premise that he's played from that position before. The question is, how well can he execute defense off of it? Canarito trying to find those anti-entry frags, but as we see it right now, gBot's not gBot's, rather Team Dignitas, they are rotating now to bomb site B, and that is kind of a slow rotate. Wouldn't say a long rotate, but definitely a slow rotate. Long rotate is means going straight back through your spawn. Kyrie. He's right next to a Molotov, not in a comfortable position. He knows something's coming at him. He's going to send in anti-entry flash. Tosses it, and then that's going to be actually 1T going down before any of the CTs. That's MSL down in the background. Kyrie looking for something to play off of. He's all alone in the bomb site right now, but he does manage to get, I think, 2 versus 2 now, and that's actually Lowell's ending things out with a triple kill. Absolutely chaotic. They are ready to give up their livelihood for this guy. He's playing absolutely phenomenally. I told you this guy was the one to watch for the plays for. I've never seen this guy before in my life. All I did was read up on his Wikipedia profile, and that was all I needed. 3 headshots in a row. But again, as you can hear from the clean source in the background, rather, with I think that's Semler who's saying this. This is a must-buy situation from Team Dignitas if they want to avoid the possibility of overtime, or if they even want to play into overtime. But there it is. Molotov to slow down this entry. Lowell staying on top of it. He managed to make 1 shot connect to a head. He only gets 1 frag, but does more than enough damage to make up for it. It looks like it's going to be Torp, or rather Kyrie, on the cleanup. Getting now 2 kills, and it looks like he might stand to make that 3rd as Torp was taken down. Now it's actually going to be Canarito. And Dignitas certainly not in a comfortable position whatsoever at this very moment. Look at all those fans in the crowd. They're like, "Hey, we're on the camera." I would certainly be excited in that position as well. That just right there, that double kill. I mean, you can see how weak they were. He was able to kill them with the FAMAS. He used a different caliber of bullet from the M4. So I think like the damage that you would do with an M4 is actually reduced by a 5th if you are using a FAMAS. So you're talking about 5 shots to make a lethal, 5 body shots onto Kevlar, but hold that thought, as MSL does manage to take the head of Canarito off, and with that he picks up an M4, and that is going to make something for them to play off of this round. He's gonna have to take the charge leading into just about everything, but it looks like Team Dignitas, with this purchase being made, they're basically playing for overtime. Yeah, if they just lost that last round and they had Kevlar and pistols and armor and all that good stuff, helmets, yeah, they could certainly afford the rebuy, but the thing of that is they wouldn't have enough money for a rifle buy on the next round if they were to make that full buy. So that's basically speaking that they want to play for overtime. There it is. I mean, that's a big light up, but this is already looking like a solid entry coming in from Team Dignitas. So it's Kyrie versus the last 4 of the enemy team, and that was just Config getting 2 body shots and a third to the head. Really, making everything connect the way he needed it to is solid. Solid, no other way to say it.
They get a little bit too passive against those pistols, playing very, very far back, not a lot of space to work with. Dignitas able to explore on the site.
So at this peculiar moment in time, hang on while I just split the recording. Just a moment. Hang on. I'm having some kind of a technical issue on hand here. I do apologize. Oh well, hold that thought. So making the opening frag, and it looks like this might be the beginning of the comeback for Dignitas, as we do have the pistol round underway, right? Oh boy, Kirby does manage to actually not do too terribly bad in this position.